The first topic of discussion is the difference between a coach and a mentor. And the reason I want to talk about that is that it's so confusing. These terms are often intermingled. In one conversation, people says, I got a coach, they're mentoring me in this or this and the other. If you could explain to us the differences as well as the similarities between coaching versus mentoring.
Yeah, it is quite often a mixed up idea. And I think it is very important to have the proper definitions of it because the language is quite important, especially in terms of what you want out of it. Mentoring is usually a relationship you have with someone who's been there before. They've traveled the journey that you're wanting to travel, and you are getting almost learning, vicarious learning through them, what mistakes they've made along the way, what they need to watch out for, what they can learn, and things that they haven't considered yet. So a mentor is someone who's already done what they want to do and can lead them accordingly. In contrast to that, a coach isn't necessarily someone who has done what you are wanting to do. A coach is an outside perspective. A coach is someone who can give you perhaps a new way of looking at something and help you to find the answers that you have. You just don't know the questions to ask. So it's almost opening up an awareness that people don't have about themselves yet and their potential and possibilities. And the conversation gets quite interesting. So I think the line between coaching and mentoring is a mentor is someone who's already done what this person wants to do. A coach isn't, but that's not the purpose of coaching.
Somebody explained it by saying that with a mentor, you ask the mentor questions. And with a coaching relationship, the coach asks you the questions. A mentor might be somebody in a position in something that you want to attain yourself. Whereas with the coaching relationship, it's about potential, possibilities, and self awareness. I think for me, at least, that makes it a bit more clearer the difference between a coach and a mentor. Now, are these two roles conflicting? Can it be possible that you could have a mentor who's going to take you on this path and be a coach? Because although there are similarities in the sense that it's about growth, it's about learning, it's about taking the next step and moving forward, but they do feel like they have very different skill sets. One is listening to you, the other one is almost telling you. Is it possible to blend these two roles together into one person, or is it better to keep these two separate?
I think what's important is when you're going into a conversation like this, it's good to set the expectations. Because if the expectations are, I want to progress my career, then you talk to different people and different people will be able to enable you in different ways. So I suppose it gets confusing because it's institutionalized now. You have mentorship programs in corporate spaces and you get assigned a mentor. Now, whether the mentor is someone that you want to follow is another question, or you get assigned a coach, and whether the coach has a good relationship with you is also another question. So I think there's a lot of overlap. You know, your partner could be your best coach, your best friend could be your mentor, your boss could be a coach and a mentor. People underneath you could be great coaches and mentors. I think you can find inspiration and and coaching magic and mentors everywhere, depending on what you want and depending on how open you are to the information. I think it gets very rigid when it becomes, this is my coach and she can only do coaching or he can only do coaching. This is my mentor and that's the box that I'm going to put them in. And if that's what's necessary, then that's what's necessary. And I go back to what I said in the beginning about expectations. What is it that you are wanting? And that's where a lot of people get stuck seeing a coach is it is that mix up between a coach and a mentor. And a young coach walks into a room and they think, well, what do you know about my business? And I'm thinking, but that's not what I'm here to do. I don't need to know about your business. That's a mentor. So it is
Yes.
necessary to have those definitions, but also to be open enough to learning, because that's what it's about. It's about expanding the mind and expanding what you know. And you could get that from anyone. I get that from my children all the time. They're my greatest teachers.